Hey guys, this is David, and today I will be unboxing and reviewing the latest Kotobukiya Pokemon PVC figure statue to come to the Pokemon Center in the United States, which is none other than Almighty Sinnoh, God ARCEUS itself, the god of all Pokemon, as featured in last year's super awesome Pokemon Legends ARCEUS video game for the Nintendo Switch. I actually did not know that this was going to be coming out until it actually showed up on the Pokemon Center US's website on Monday. And then it was one of those items that I wasn't expecting, but I had to have nonetheless. This is $199.99 on the Pokemon Center website right now. I don't know if it's in any danger of selling out right away because I saw that Latios and Latias and Leon and Charizard, which they've had for a while from Kotobukiya, are still available, and those are also higher priced PVCs. But I did have to have this ARCEUS. I did not expect it to be this size. I was actually thinking it'd be a little bit more size like the Pokemon trainers. So when this box showed up in an even bigger box, that was one of those holy shit moments. So I was surprised by the size of this, but now I'm going to open it up and see what's actually in here, because I presume that the actual ARCEUS figure inside is somewhat smaller than this box, most likely. On the back of the box here, we have some lovely images of the statue, but I just do not know yet exactly how big this is going to be. I've never seen any actual pictures of this. I didn't even know this existed from Japan. This was a complete shock to me until I bought it on Monday. ARCEUS is not a Pokemon that I've traditionally really loved. I always thought it was kind of, bizarre that there would be a Pokemon that was sort of God and created all Pokemon, if not everything else. But when Pokemon Legends ARCEUS came out last year, ARCEUS ended up growing on me. It wasn't the ideal Pokemon game for me because I went half blind in 20 and 21, so a open world sprawling Pokemon game was not the ideal thing for me. But the game did grow on me, and by the time we got to that epic encounter with ARCEUS at the end, which I couldn't see all that well, I was very sold on the idea of Almighty ARCEUS, the god of the Hisui region, now known as the Sinnoh region in Pokemon Blue Diamond Shining Pearl. So, oh my god. Wow. Okay, let me get this box out of the way. This is, holy shit, this is a much bigger styrofoam plastic thing than I was expecting. So, you see what we've got here. Is this taped together at all? Yes, it is. I can feel the tape. So here we have ARCEUS and ARCEUS's effects pieces behind him inside this giant plastic tray. It might take me a minute or two to get this opened up. I did not realize that there was going to be assembly required, but I also didn't realize this was going to be as big as it is. I'm not saying it's bad because this was $199.99, so I would hope it would be a decent size, but I kind of thought it'd be slightly bigger than those Pokemon Gallery, those little figurines that the Pokemon Center sells, and actually it is quite large. So let me get the top of this tray off. Oh, there's an instruction sheet down here. I did not realize that was there. All right, here's the instructions. I'll take a look at that in just a moment, but let me get this fully opened up. This plastic thing does not split in half. It's one big solid piece. So let me pull out the chunks here of ARCEUS. Here is the upper body of ARCEUS himself, or is this the whole figure? This might be the whole figure of ARCEUS himself that's going to fit on top of the base. But here, I pull them out. This is a PVC, so it's lightweight, and it is hopefully not very breakable, because if it is breakable, then I'm probably going to break it. All right, it's a plastic bag. So here we have ARCEUS himself taken out of his little plastic bag. And then we have this giant big ass base for ARCEUS. And I'm going to open this up. Oh my god. Hopefully I just snap this. Is this supposed to be like this? Or am I breaking it? Well, we're going to find out shortly if this is supposed to come apart or not. Hopefully it is supposed to come apart. because I will be displeased if I have already broken this straight out of the box, but I think it is in fact supposed to come apart. So here's this giant effects like thing full of energy and rocks, and you know, here's some pillars from like the spear pillar from the game. The base itself looks a little bit scratched up from the way that they had this positioned on it inside of the bubble, which was weird. And then we have another tray inside of this tray that's got these extra effects. These extra effects pieces in it. And I'm trying to take this apart. This is a very big and unwieldy tray we've got here. Bigger and more unwieldy than I had ever expected. So the way that this comes together is a little bit weird to me, but I'm trying to split apart these trays here, even though I can't see how they are held together very well. But here we have some more energy spikes that are going to go onto that base. And now I feel comfortable that I can grab this instruction sheet here. And I am going to, though I hate doing so, I'm going to do an edit and put this together so that I can finish talking about this, because I can see it's going to be a little bit of a fight for me to get this whole figurine and base and effects all put together. All right, see you in just a second. Hey guys, I'm back. I know that it's only been a couple seconds for you, but actually it has been an entire day for me, because I did the assembly on this PVC statue, which ordinarily I would think would not be a problem. I think any of you guys would probably be able to do this assembly in maybe 1 minute total, but for me it took a lot longer and a lot more frustration because I can't see very well. Anyway, the statue as a whole is 7 pieces. You have this base plate down here, which does not permanently affix to the rocks as you might expect it to. You can kind of pick it up, you can kind of nudge it. I would rather it snapped into place permanently. It just doesn't, which is a shame. And then you have the ARCEUS figure, that's the third part. And then there are 4 spikes that are added to the other energy spikes that are permanently part of the rock. So this is a 7 total piece statue. I think you guys can probably assemble it in like a minute or 2. But here we have ARCEUS. He is prancing out like from this exploding rock on the spear pillar, like ready to do something super powerful and impressive, I am sure. I also got out my Sitting Cuties ARCEUS and opened it yesterday, which I got like a year ago, and I had never actually opened up. It was a pre-order bonus with ARCEUS Legends from the US Pokemon Center, so we can kind of compare the size of the 2 pieces of ARCEUS merch that I've ever bought. And here they are together. The ARCEUS statue itself, even though it's a PVC, it is a decent weight. Like I can feel the heft to it. I'm not so surprised that the box was so heavy when I got it now, because just feeling the PVC, it is a good weight. The gradient on these transparent energy spikes is very nicely done. I like that there are different sizes and shapes of the effects pieces. I think those are cool. ARCEUS itself has a very nice pearlescent-y paint to it, along with some metallic gold for the highlights. Like overall, like I think that this is here's the bottom, there's nothing on the bottom, and also have to be careful that this rock bit doesn't come loose. See, there it was trying to come loose. I wish it didn't do that, but it does. Quality-wise, like I'm very happy with everything here, with one exception, which is that somewhere on the base, oh, there it is, there is this tiny little like dot of, I don't know, scratch, nubbin, something from, maybe it could have been a sprue from where this piece of plastic was cut. I don't know, something. I don't like it because it's very visible at the angle that I really ideally wanted to display the statue at, which is like this. I don't know, I might still bitch to the Pokemon Center and send them an email, like just to see if maybe I got a bad one, but I'm not altogether pleased with that. But overall, like for $200, that is expensive for a PVC, but this is a good sized ARCEUS. The quality itself on the piece, besides that one little dot, is I think very good. I would have preferred if this base was all one, you know, permanently glued chunk, and I might glue it myself to make sure that it is. But the pose is great, the effects are great, everything about this looks really good. I might still recycle the boxes because I don't want to store that giant box for this PVC. But overall, I'm happy with it. If you are into this or have been wanting a really nice like ARCEUS collectible, I think this is it. It is quite pricey at $200, but it's a Pokemon Center exclusive in the United States, and I expect it's going to get a lot more expensive once it is sold out. Overall though, I like it, happy with the purchase, and I recommend if you are an ARCEUS fan. If anybody has any questions or anything, leave me a comment, whatever. But that is otherwise all I've got to say about the Kotobukiya Pokemon Center exclusive ARCEUS PVC statue. Here it is with the sitting cutie one more time so you can judge for yourself what ARCEUS you need for your collection. And that is all for today.